Hi there! So far in this series, we've learned that the peak biting times of the Anopheles stephensi mosquito is between
6 to 9 before you go to sleep.
We've also understood that it's able to withstand a range of temperatures.
About 3.4 degrees Celsius lower and higher than that of the Anopheles can be.
Additionally, we've learned that it's gaining resistance against many insecticides.
It has 29 insecticide resistant genes.
Before I zoom into the effectiveness of the Anopheles stephensi mosquito, I've got a question for you. Do you think you'd be able to differentiate physically between the Anopheles stephensi and other Anopheles species?
Anopheles gambiae is a principal vector. It's the one that is all over Africa. It's a very strong vector responsible for all the malaria. Even the Phonestus in Ghana is plays a secondary role, right? So this Anopheles gambiae, you will realize that even when you go to the coast, it's called Anopheles gambiae melas, the one that loves the salt breeding places there, right? Anopheles arabiensis, Anopheles colosi, Anopheles gambiae SS, they are all members of this complex. We don't see differences morphologically. If you pick them, if you look at it, you will not know that this is melas or this is arabiensis or this is colosi. You don't see physically. They look the same, and they look the same also as the stephensi.
Oh, it's impossible to tell the difference physically, right? Anyway, the Anopheles stephensi mosquito has been found to be effective transmitters of the Plasmodium parasite, even though they may be found in small numbers.
There has been studies, specific experiments, where Anopheles gambiae has been compared to Anopheles stephensi, where they were all given the same blood meal containing the same amount of parasites, estimated parasites. You realize that when they were given parasite from Africa, both of them delivered the same. I mean, the establishment of infection and the production of oocysts that eventually will turn into sporozoid to invade the salivary gland were comparable. But when they were given parasites from Asia, you realize that the Anopheles stephensi was able to develop more parasites, establish higher infections compared to that of the Anopheles gambiae, which means that per bite is capable of injecting more sporozoids compared to that of Anopheles gambiae. And if it behaves the same in our country, it means that even in low densities, they have the capacity to transmit more infectious dose of parasites.
Still, let's gear up and fight against the Anopheles stephensi mosquito and other mosquito species out there. Remember to sleep under insecticide-treated mosquito nets. Wear long clothing. Make use of insect repellents. And indoor residual spray.
The Office of Grants and Research KNUST